It's semifinal time. We're down to just 4 schools who are competing to move on to the final and hopefully take home that $1,000 for their school's project graduation. In our second semifinal match, we have the Eagles of Windham High School taking on the Witches of Brewer High School. That's coming up next on High School Quiz Show Maine.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by
the Maine Education Association, standing with educators, ensuring their voices, values, and priorities are respected as they continue to teach and support Maine students during the pandemic and beyond. Learn more at mainea.org.
Energy is about more than just keeping the lights on. It's about living life. As parents, friends, and teammates, Unitil is proud to support High School Quiz Show Maine. Unitil, more than a utility, part of your community. Smart home technology can help prevent a little problem from becoming a big headache. You can ask an independent agent about smart home technology offers from Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms. And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to High School Quiz Show Maine. I'm Todd Gutner. We're down to our second semifinal, which means that one of tonight's teams will advance to the Season 5 championship and maybe take home the $1,000 grand prize for their school's project graduation. As you know, it's been a challenging time to make and keep plans, with many events still having to be postponed. Well, Quiz Show is no different. Due to many schools having to deal with the ongoing pandemic, we've had to cancel a couple of our planned matches. Because of that, Brewer has been advanced directly to the semifinals as their opponent had to bow out at the last minute. Let's hope that Season 6 allows us to get back to normal and have our full slate of programs. But right now, we have our Season 5 semifinal number 2. In today's match, we have the Eagles of Windham High School taking on the Witches of Brewer High School. Let's get things started by meeting the players. For Windham, we have Al, Greta, Caitlin, Francesca, with alternate Will and coached by John Ziegler and Nicole Dinsmore. And for Brewer, we have Lindsay, Swaroop, Cooper, and Ryan, with alternate Omer and coached by Sue-Ann Gatings and Andrea Martin. The competition has 3 rounds, a toss-up, a category round, and a lightning round. We'll start with the toss-up round. All answers are worth 10 points, and this is the only round with no point deductions for wrong answers. Players must wait for me to complete the question, and if one team answers incorrectly, the other team will be given a chance to answer. All right, gang, you guys ready to go? All right, let's do it. Round 1. Here's the first question. In 1945, Grand Rapids, Michigan became the first U.S. city to add what tooth decay fighting mineral to its drinking water? Ryan Brewer.
Fluoride.
Yes, fluoride. When he turned 4, Bebe left the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. and went to live in China. What kind of animal is Bebe? That would be Caitlin Windham.
A panda.
A panda is correct. The Blue Ridge Mountains are part of what larger mountain system that extends from eastern Canada to Alabama? Ryan Brewer.
The Appalachian Mountains.
Yes, nice job. Dobson units are mainly used to measure the amount of what gas with the chemical formula O3 in the atmosphere? Francesca, Windham.
Ozone.
Ozone, you got it. Up next, we have a video question, so please take a look at the monitor right over here.
Hi, I'm Congressman Jared Golden. Which U.S. Speaker of the House from Maine is credited with abolishing the so-called disappearing quorum, an effort by opposing lawmakers to prevent votes by not admitting their presence in the House?
That'd be Ryan Brewer.
Margaret Chase Smith.
That's incorrect. Windham, you want to take a shot at it? Answer, Thomas Brackett Reed. Next question. The second deepest lake in the U.S. is what large freshwater lake on the border between California and Nevada? Ryan Brewer.
Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe, yes. The official state fruit of Wisconsin and the official state berry of Massachusetts is what tart red berry that's harvested from flooded bogs? Al, Windham.
Cranberry.
Yes, you got it. Kevin McAllister's family goes off to spend Christmas in Paris and mistakenly leaves him behind in what 1990 movie comedy? Cooper, Brewer.
Home Alone.
Yes, it's a classic. All right, from the Greek, from near and sun, what word refers to a planetary orbit's closest point to the sun? Cooper, again.
Periapsis.
Incorrect. Windham? Perihelion. Perihelion. Once again, we have a video question, so once again, take a look at the monitor right over here.
Hello, I'm Senator Angus King. Name this Mainer from Brewer by way of Brunswick who commanded the Union troops during the Confederate surrender at Appomattox Courthouse, Virginia on April 12, 1865.
Ryan, Brewer.
Joshua Chamberlain.
You nailed it. You nailed it. Onward we go. What two-word name is used for the public health strategy of slowing the spread of infectious disease by identifying everyone who has been exposed to a person suffering from that disease? Greta Windham.
Close contact?
Yeah.
Close contacting?
Judges? Incorrect. Brewer. Cooper.
Contact tracing.
That's it. That's it. Yes, we've done it a lot lately, unfortunately. A 10th grader named Davy is the main character in what teen comedy TV series created by Mindy Kaling? The answer is Never Have I Ever. Onward, named for a Medal of Honor recipient who died in World War II, O'Hare International Airport is in what city? Ryan, Brewer.
Chicago.
Chicago is right. A doctor uses a Snellen chart to evaluate what? A, height, B, blood glucose levels, or C, vision? Al, Windham.
Vision.
Vision, you got it. A math question now. Get your hats ready. The math hat, get it on. If 12 workers complete a job in 4 hours, how long will it take 15 workers to complete the same job? Cooper, Brewer.
3 hours.
3 hours is incorrect. Windham? Caitlin?
150 minutes.
That is incorrect. The answer is 3 hours and 12 minutes. 3 hours and 12 minutes. An archipelago in South America has what name that means land of fire in Spanish? Tierra del Fuego. What multiple Grammy-winning country singer-songwriter started the Tennessee-based nonprofit Imagination Library to give free books to kids? Lindsay, Brewer.
Dolly Parton?
Yeah, you got it. What style of martial arts was developed in Israel and gets its name from the Hebrew words for contact and combat? Krav Maga. Avogadro's number, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd, is the number of particles in what? Cooper, Brewer.
A mole.
A mole, yes. What name for a humanoid machine comes from the play R.U.R. by Karel Čapek? Caitlin, Windham.
A robot?
Yeah, you got it. Robot. How many grits come from which grain? A, wheat, B, rice, or C, corn? Caitlin?
Wheat?
Wheat is incorrect. Brewer, 50-50 shot. Ryan?
Rice.
Oh, you got it. You flipped the coin and it came up the wrong side. It's corn. See corn. All right. Recruits to which branch of the U.S. military typically go through a 13-week boot camp at Parris Island, South Carolina, or San Diego, California? Cooper.
Navy SEALs.
Incorrect. Windham? Al?
The Marines.
Yeah, you got it. Nice job. Our arrangement in gray and black, number 1, is an 1871 work by what artist who often gave his paintings musical titles? Greta, Windham?
Picasso?
Incorrect. Brewer? Whistler. Whistler. Another math question. Another math question. What is the geometric mean of the numbers 2, 4, and 8? Four. 4. All right, we're going on here. What media company known for satirical news and named for a vegetable was started by Tim Keck and Christopher Johnson when they were students at the University of Wisconsin? Looks like Swaroop Brewer.
The Onion.
The Onion, yeah, nice. Narragansett Bay in Rhode Island is a coastal plain type of what marine ecosystem that exists where freshwater meets saltwater? Francesca.
Brackish water?
Incorrect. Brewer? Cooper?
A delta?
An estuary. Estuary. Jerry Garcia and Bob Weir were founding members of what band who released the album American Beauty in November 1970? Ryan Brewer.
The Grateful Dead.
Yeah, you got it. All right. What word is missing from the titles of these works by Immanuel Kant, Critique of Pure Blank and Critique of Practical Blank? Ryan again.
Reason.
Reason, yes, again. All right, that's the end of the first round. We have Windham at 60 and Brewer at 120. It's a great start to this semifinal. We're going to meet the teams when we get back. All right, welcome back. We're going to take a quick break from the game to chat with our players. But instead of the usual slightly off-kilter question that we normally do, the tables are going to be turned apparently on me, and I'm going to read this question for the first time. This is a complete surprise to me what I'm about to read. So we're going to go over to Windham and start with Al with this question. Let's play charades. Act out your personality type, and I will try to guess what it is. Lovely. I'm so bad at this, guys and girls. I want to apologize ahead of time. But we're going to start out with Al and Wyndham. Go for it. Let's see if I can do it. I mean, you're a guitarist?
Yes.
All right,
yes,
okay.
Yes.
Thank you for going easy on me, Al.
Yeah.
Greta, go for it.
Did you know that there are over 900,000 bikes in Amsterdam, or fiets as they call it in Dutch, which actually reminds me of this hilarious Frasier episode where they had a Dutch guy in. I don't know why. But that also reminds, oh wait, no, I can't remember.
I'm lost.
Shoot. No. Hang
Are
on.
you like a know-it-all?
No. You know these buzzers are like my favorite buzzers. They're much better than the other buzzers. We have other buzzers.
You remind me of the kid in...
You know, I would love to keep talking to you, but it's tea time, so I actually have to go.
So you're like, oh, wow, I have no idea, Greta. Please fill me in. I'm lost.
Am I allowed to tell him?
No? Yes, you can tell me. They're telling me to tell you.
It's me.
It's you? You're very entertaining, Greta.
Thank you.
You're very entertaining. Caitlin, go
Okay,
for
so
it.
I'm going to start down here.
Oh. A dancer.
Rising from the ashes like a phoenix.
There it is. Or that. Or that. Francesca, please go easy on me. You're super cool, like, hey, dude.
The word I was thinking of was snazzy, but I mean, like, I guess they're synonymous.
Okay, yeah, I think we're on the same wavelength. Thank you, Francesca. We're going over to Brewer now. Lindsay, take it away. You're like super happy? All right. Why?
I don't know. I just always am. I think it's always good to be happy, so you can
know
make
what?
other people happy.
Everyone should have that attitude. Everybody should have that attitude. Stay happy, right? All right, Swaroop, it's your floor. You're doing shots of hand sanitizer?
Yeah.
For energy?
Why not?
Cooper, go for it. You're thirsty. Wow, you just spilled all over yourself. You're dehydrated. That was awesome, Cooper. Now, do you need a towel to dry yourself off?
No, I'm fine.
All right, cool. Ryan, you got the last one. You're reading a book? You're reading a book?
Yes.
What book is it?
My favorite book.
Which is?
I'm not telling.
I'm not guessing what your favorite book is. We'll be here all day. All right, the category round is next. We'll be right back. Next up, it's the category round with the following choices. Dynamite, Why Stop at 50, History and Art, Dear John, Books with Boats, and Spoiler Alert. Each category has 5 questions with increasing point values. All right, players, listen up. You must wait for me to finish the question before you buzz in. You can confer with your teammates, but once you buzz in, you're no longer allowed to do that, and we'll need your answer. And like in the toss-up round, if one team answers incorrectly, the other team will be given the chance to answer. Windham, you are trailing, so you have choice of the board. What would you like to start with?
Yeah, let's do books with boat for 10.
All right, books with boats for 10. These are questions about books with nautical themes. In a classic children's book by Gertrude Crampton, Scuffy is a toy version of what kind of hard-working harbor boat used to push or pull larger vessels? Greta, Windham.
A tugboat?
Tugboat is right. Where would you like to go, Greta?
Books with boats for 15, please.
All right, books with boats for 15. What fictional ship belonging to King Caspian X is mentioned in the title of the third published book in C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia series? Cooper, Brewer.
The Dawn Drenner. Dawn Dreader.
Judges? Nope, we can't take that. It is the... Windham?
The Dawn Treader.
Yes, that is right. The Dawn Treader. Yes, okay, we got it. Windham, you still have control.
Books with boats for 20, please.
Books with boats for 20. Sebastian Junger wrote what work of creative nonfiction based on the true story of the fishing boat Andrea Gale? Ryan, Brewer?
Historical fiction?
Incorrect. Windham? The Perfect Storm. The Perfect Storm. Weather book. Come on, guys. All right, Windham, you have control of the board.
We're going to do spoiler alert for 10.
Spoiler alert for 10. These questions involve operas with tragic endings. The Nurse is a mezzo-soprano and Mercutio is a baritone in a tragic opera composed by Charles Gounod based on what tragic play written by William Shakespeare? Francesca, Windham.
Romeo and Juliet.
You got it. What would you like?
Go to Dear John. Dear John for 10, please.
All right, switching categories to Dear John for 10. These questions are about people named John. What 17-term U.S. congressman from Georgia, who died in 2020, led a march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama in 1965 and was in Selma for the 55th anniversary of that event in 2020? Greta, Windham.
John Lewis?
You got it, John Lewis. All right, Greta, it's yours.
Dear John for 15, please.
Dear John for 15. On February 20th, 1962, which man named John became the first American to orbit the Earth in a spacecraft? Greta, Windham.
John Glenn.
You got it. What would you like?
Dear John for 20, please.
Dear John for 20. The trophy awarded each year to the outstanding player in NCAA football is named for a man who coached at Clemson, Auburn, and Georgia Tech. His first name was John. What was his last name? Ryan, Brewer.
Heisman.
Heisman, yes. Okay, Brewer, it's yours.
Let's go with Dear John for 25.
Dear John, 25. Mathematician John Napier coined what name for the exponent that represents the power to which a base number must be raised to produce a given number? Ryan, Brewer again.
A logarithm.
Logarithm is right. Still yours.
Let's stick with Dear John for 30.
Wrapping up, Dear John for 30. Physicist John Bardeen won a Nobel Prize as a co-inventor of what miniature semiconductor device that acts as an amplifier and a switch to control electrical signals? Answer is a transistor, but it's still Brewer's board.
Let's do Books with Boats for 25.
Books with Boats, 25. The Boys in the Boat by Daniel James Brown is about the U.S. men's rowing team that won a gold medal at the 1936 Olympics in what city? Greta.
Berlin.
Berlin is correct. Okay, Greta, it's your turn to pick a category.
Books with boats for 30, please.
Books with boats for 30 to wrap the category up. What's the name of the elderly Cuban fisherman in Ernest Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea? I know, it's probably on the tip of everyone's tongue. Santiago. Windham, it's still your board.
Why stop at 50 for 10, please?
Okay, why stop at 50 for 10? Questions about places proposed to be our 51st state. Unhappy with the result of gerrymandering in 1977, Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket proposed seceding from which state to form a state of their own? Ryan, Brewer.
Massachusetts.
Yep, that's right.
Why stop at 50 for 15?
Why stop at 50-15? In June 2020, the U.S. House of Representatives approved a bill introduced by Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton to make what place the 51st U.S. state? Ryan on the end, Brewer.
Washington Douglas.
That's correct. Brewer, you still have control.
Why stop at 50 for 20?
Why stop at 50 for 20? Since the 19th century, there have been proposals for the Upper Peninsula to break away from Michigan and form a new state named for which of the Great Lakes? Superior. Brewer, it's still yours.
Same category for 25.
Why stop at 50? 25. In 1784, part of North Carolina was set aside to become the state of Franklin. Today, that territory is in the eastern part of which state? That'd be Tennessee. It's still Brewers.
Same category for 30.
Wrap it up. Why stop at 50 for 30? Ranchers who were angry about not receiving enough benefit from the New Deal in 1939 proposed forming their own state named for what mountain range on the Montana-Wyoming border? Absaroka. Brewer, it is still yours.
All right. Let's do dynamite for 10.
Dynamite for 10. All right, these questions are about prehistoric creatures. Which dinosaur's name means three-horned face? Greta?
Triceratops.
Triceratops is right.
All right, history and art for 10.
History and art for 10. These questions are about works of art depicting historical events. Washington Crossing the Delaware by Emanuel Leutze shows General George Washington on his way to attack a military garrison in what New Jersey city? Greta again.
Trenton.
Trenton is correct again. Okay, it's yours.
History and art for 15, please.
History and art for 15. Picasso's painting Guernica was inspired by a horrifying attack on civilians during a civil war in what country? Ryan, Brewer.
Spain.
Spain, yes. Your turn.
History and art for 20.
History and art for 20. French artist Joseph Duplessis painted several portraits of which American founding father, including one that was used on the $100 bill? Greta.
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin is right. Your turn.
History and art for 25, please.
We'll go to 25. Depicting an event from the 100 Years' War, The Burglars of Calais is a work by what French sculptor known for large-scale sculptures in bronze? Auguste Rodin. Windham, your turn still.
History and art for 30, please.
We'll wrap it up. In an 1867 marble sculpture by Edmund Lewis called Forever Free takes its name from a line in what document that went into effect on January 1st, 1863? Greta, Windham.
The Emancipation Proclamation?
Yes, you're right. And that's the end of the second round. Our score is Windham at 215 and Brewer at 170. Obviously, everything can change in the lightning round, so sit tight. We're right back. Okay, we're heading into the final 90 seconds of gameplay. It's the lightning round. Players, listen up to the rules. You can buzz in anytime. You get 20 points for each correct answer. Incorrect answers will cost you 20, and the other team will not get the chance to answer. The clock is set. You guys ready? Here we go. According to the nursery rhyme, who sat on a wall and... That would be Caitlin.
Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty. Which state is nicknamed the Sooner State? Ryan.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. The rotator cuff is a group of muscles and tendons surrounding which body joint? Ryan again.
Shoulder.
Shoulder, yes. What's up, Doc, is the catchphrase of... Caitlin.
Roger Rabbit.
Incorrect. Bugs Bunny. What is your score if you roll a perfect game in 10-pin bowling? I heard the buzzer. 300 is the answer. Which United Nations member state comes first alphabetically? Afghanistan. New South Wales is the most populous state in what country? Ryan.
Australia.
Australia, yes. 16th century Pope Leo X was a member of what prominent Florentine family? Ryan again?
The Medicis.
Yes. The Hertzsprung-Russell, or HR diagram, is used in the scientific study of what? Cooper, Brewer.
Stars.
Stars, yes. Nelson's Column is a monument in what London square that was named for a naval battle? Trafalgar Square. The Bessemer process is used to make what commodity from pig iron? Ryan.
Steel.
Steel, yes. The title of what 18... That is the end of the lightning round. What a comeback. We have our winning team, Brewer, at 290. What a final score and what a match. They'll be moving on to the championship. Our runner-up, Windham, had 215 points. You guys were awesome today. Congratulations to both teams. Be sure to tune in next time for our Season 5 championship match. It's going to be Brewer and Bangor to see who takes home the $1,000 prize. We'll see you then, and thanks for watching High School Quiz Show Maine. See you later.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by
The Maine Education Association, standing with educators, ensuring their voices, values, and priorities are respected as they continue to teach and support Maine students during the pandemic and beyond. Learn more at mainea.org.
Energy is about more than just keeping the lights on. It's about living life. As parents, friends, and teammates, Unitil is proud to support High School Quiz Show Maine. Unitil, more than a utility, part of your community. Whether you prefer email, texting, or a live person, Safety Insurance is available to help you file a claim and pay your bill. Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life storms. Learn more at safetyinsurance.com. And by viewers like you. Thank you.